Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, the deadline to pay ransom is up. Hackers start publishing data stolen from PhilHealth on the dark web. What personal information have been compromised and now out in the open? PhilHealth Senior Vice President for Health Finance Policy, Israel Pargas, tells us more in the program. And investigations are underway after a grade 5 student died days after he was allegedly slapped by his teacher. Antipolo Mayor Junjun Henares joins us in the program. Police officials in Antipolo are preparing to file homicide charges against a teacher. The teacher is accused of slapping grade 5 student Francis J. Gumikib, who died around 11 days later after complaining of headache and ear pain. The student's family is crying for justice. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Antipolo Mayor Jun Henares. Mayor Jun, welcome to the source, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, Pinky. Good morning.
All right. Mayor, can you just give us an update on the investigation, or at least what you know regarding the death of Francis J. Gumikib?
Una, Pinky, before anything, pinaparating muna namin ang pakikiramay sa pamilya ni Francis. Sa pangyayaring ito, of course, understandable that they want justice. But sinisiguro naman natin na justice will be served. Pero sa ngayon, this early, we're on our second day pa lang since nalaman namin ito. Yes, it happened 2 weeks ago, but it was never reported to the PNP nor the barangay. It was only reported to the school officials. And 10 days or so ang lumipas bago umabot sa kaalaman ng principal at ng division superintendent namin sa Antipolo City. Kaya we're only on our second day of investigating what really happened. But regardless of the outcome of the investigation, one thing is for sure, may lapses na nangyari sa eskwelahan. Sigurado na may masasampahan ng kaso. At the very least, yung child abuse may nangyari. Anuman ang gravity nung pagtapik o pananampal sa bata, hindi pa rin pwede ang ganung actuations ng mga teachers natin. And I'm sure isolated case itong mga to, karamihan ng mga teachers po natin ay sinisiguro naman na talagang nagsisilbi sila bilang pangalawang magulang ng ating mga mag-aaral. But nangyari and nandito kami para siguraduhin na justice will be served. Yung pagkamatay ni Francis, hanggang sa oras na ito wala pa kaming hindi pa nasisimulan yung autopsy. At yun ang magiging basihan ng ating kapulisan kung may mga kaso na isasampa tulad ng homicide.
Yeah.
But at the very least, Pinky, ang maisasampa dito is physical injury and yung sa child abuse nga na nangyari.
Mayor, you actually answered a lot of my questions because I was very interested to find out when your office found out about this. And you said it was just 2 days ago. I guess at the same time it came to fore. Kumbaga, nalaman ninyo nung namatay na itong si Francis, and you're saying that obviously there are lapses. One update, sir. Ang gusto po nung nanay ay ipa-autopsy si Francis para malaman ang cause of death. Ano po? There was a report yesterday that I hope you can help me clarify this, that the mom had to look for a place para ma-autopsy po yung kanyang anak because nangangailangan sila, I believe, ng financial assistance. What kind of help, if at all, is your office offering the mom to shoulder any of the costs, Mayor?
Pinky, sinisiguro namin sa mga magulang ni Francis na wala silang gagastusin, no, sa para sa anumang bagay. Yung pag-autopsy, ang kapulisan po natin ang kumumbinse sa magulang. Nung una, hesitant pa sila. Of course, I totally understand, no? Pero fortunately, na-convince ng ating kapulisan ang mga magulang ni Francis na kailangan talaga ipa-autopsy para malaman yung tunay na dahilan kung bakit namatay si Francis. At yung sa pagdating naman po sa autopsy, sa krame po ito gagawin. So wala rin po sasagutin ng pamilya sa gastusin. Sa ospital, wala rin pong kailangan intindihin ang mga magulang. Ang pangunahin na intindihin lang ng mga magulang at namin ay masiguro na magawa ang kailangan gawin at mahanap ang totoong dahilan. Kasi Pinky, sa tagal sa ilang araw na lumipas, 10 or so days, madaming pwedeng again, no, baka masamain ng ilang mga viewers natin na wala po kaming kinakampihan dito. But we're trying to be as objective as we can.
You need to get to the bottom of this, Mayor.
And we are being objective.
Yeah, you need to get to the bottom of this. Because,
Yes.
Yeah,
Sa almost
let
2
me...
weeks na nakalipas,
Yeah, Mayor, pasensya na po, no? Meron kasi tayong delay between us. Just to inform the viewers, Mayor June and I were talking before we went on air, no? Let's just look at the timeline. More or less po, pwedeng a day or two kasi medyo iba yung dates namin ni Mayor. This is what happened. September 21, nagsumbong itong si Francis sa kanyang nanay na allegedly yung kanyang Filipino teacher ay sinampal siya. The day after, September 22, yung kanyang nanay, si Nanay Elena, pumunta daw sa eskwelahan at nagsumbong. At ang humarap lang sa kanya yung advisor. Nakapasok pa daw tong si Francis for about 3 days. And then sometime around September 26, he was brought to the hospital after complaining of headache, sakit ng tenga, para daw may mga langgam na dumadaan doon sa kanyang right side at na-comatose po siya. 6 days in the hospital, then Francis died. Here's the thing, sir. You already made it clear, you guys were not informed of this. Ano po? According to the Antipolo Police, meron daw silang 2 witnesses who said na hinawakan daw itong si Francis sa damit ng teacher sa buhok, tapos sinampal. However, according to that Antipolo Police also, according to them, the teacher denies this at saying tinapik lang siya. Kaya po doon lumalabas yung sinabi niyong sinampal ba o tinapik. But nonetheless, you're saying that mali yun to begin with because you're not supposed to harm a learner. Any teacher is not supposed to harm a learner. Hindi ho ba?
Tama, Pinky. Yun ang version ng teacher. And as of last night, nakumbinsin na rin natin yung mga nakakita ng pangyayari, mga kaklase po niya, mga bata, mga minors. Kaya natagalan po tayo. Of course, minors po ang mga naka-witness. Kaya kinailangan po ng ating kapulisan na humingi ng permiso sa mga magulang at samahan ng kanilang mga anak para ma-question in the presence of their parents, no? At malaman sa mga bata kung ano ang kanilang nakita. At yun nga, ang sabi ng nung dalawang kaklase ni Francis na ang nangyari ay meron silang test, ongoing test. May mga maingay silang kaklase. Di umano, si Francis ay sumilip sa labas at hinanap si teacher para isumbong na yung kanyang mga kaklase, yung 3 kaklase niya or so ay maingay at baka nagkokopyahan. So si teacher naman, di umano, pinapalabas yung 3, pero in the process, nadamay din si Francis at doon nangyari yung di umanong paghawak sa kanyang buhok at pagkatapos sa buhok, inilipat yung kamay sa uniform at after nun ay nahawakan yung pisngi ni Francis. At ito'y pinatotohanan ng dalawang batang nakakita, no, nung insidente.
But Mayor June, yung dalawa pong bata na learners, hindi po sinabing, to clarify, no, nahawakan. Ano ang sinabi ng dalawang bata? Sa pagkaalam ko, ang sabi, sinampal.
Ang sabi ng dalawang bata as of last night in the in the presence of their parents, una ay hinawakan ang buhok ni Francis at pagkatapos noon hinawakan naman ng kanyang uniform at pagkatapos noon ay nahawakan natapik o nasampal sa pisngi hanggang sa tainga at pagbalik ni Francis sa upuan, tinanong ng mga bata kung ano ang nangyari, ngumiti lang daw si Francis.
So they were using the words natapik at nasampal. Pareho pong nilang ginamit yung mga salitang yon.
Ang exact words sa mga bata kasi we're trying to determine the gravity, no? Iba ang tapik, iba ang sampal. So ang sabi ng mga bata, yung kamay ng teacher ay nahawakan ang pisngi nung bata ni Francis hanggang tainga. Kung gaano kalakas, hindi nila ma-determine.
I see. Okay. What is the status of the teacher, Mayor? From what I understand, of course, this will be a DepEd. This is the responsibility and jurisdiction of the DepEd. Ano po? And the latest from what I heard is that she is on indefinite leave. Can you share any more information? Kayo ho ba? Was your office able to speak to the teacher? And idagdag ko na rin po, nakausap niyo na rin ho ba yung magulang ni Francis?
Pinky, ang nakausap lang natin is of course, yung kapulisan natin, our chief of police, and also our division superintendent head. Kasi pare-pareho po kami, ang DepEd Antipolo, PNP Antipolo, and LGU Antipolo only found out Monday night. Today is Wednesday. So wala pang 48 hours ang nakalipas since we found out. According to our division superintendent, na si Dr. Flandes, the teacher is on indefinite leave. At as of today, bababa ang Calabarzon, DepEd, dahil sila ang disciplining committee. Pag may mga ganitong pangyayari sa eskwelahan, may protocol po ang DepEd. Ang nationwide po ito, ang protocol ng DepEd is after we have upon the pagka nangyari ang katulad nito, ang pananampal, the school had 48 hours to come up with its intake sheet and incident report para ma-submit sa regional office, in this case Calabarzon DepEd and division office of Antipolo. Pero ang mag-iimbestiga, not DepEd Antipolo, para maalis yung familiarity at walang bahid ng pagiging bias, no? Ang mag-iimbestiga ay ang regional office ng DepEd. So today, bababa ang regional office para imbestigahan. But yeah, ang teacher na involved sa insidente ay naka-on leave. Pero again, Pinky, ano man na maging outcome ng insidente, one thing is very obvious and glaring. Kung 2 weeks na ang nakalipas at nalaman lang namin lahat dito nung Lunes, siguro 12th day, yan ay lampas-lampas na yan sa 48 hours given to the school based on DepEd protocol.
Right.
So definitely may lapses dito.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to end that conversation, the conversation there, that you mentioned any incident na gustong isumbong. Ano po, basically, ang sinasabi niyo, the protocol is that school has 48 hours to submit, I guess, a report. Tinatawag niyo pong index report or data report doon po saan ho ba? Sa division tapos sa regional office? Both. Okay, and that was not done. That's why you were saying from the beginning of this interview, sir, that sabi niyo po, definitely meron pong lapses. Dahil dun pa lang, nakita na po na may mali. Just on a last note, Mayor, maybe just an advice to the public, to the students, and even to the parents, on any incident that may occur, on possible harassment, physical abuse, anything of that sort, sir. Ano ho ba ang dapat gawin?
Well, sa anong setting, eskwelahan, bahay, private office, wala tayong karapatan na manakit ng bata, no? And under no circumstance is that acceptable in any society. Pangalawa, kapag may mga ganitong unfortunate incidents, kami po nakikiusap sa lahat ng may involvement na kung maaari ay iparating agad sa mga kinauukulan. In this case, kaya napabilis ang pagpaparating ay dahil nangyari nga yung hindi ka nais-nais, which is namatay si Francis Monday morning. Kaya lang umabot sa kaalaman ng lahat ng kinauukulan Monday night. So kung hindi pa namatay yung bata, hindi yan naaabot sa amin. We don't have to wait for that. Sana, kahit sa tingin natin ay no harm done, pero hindi natin alam kung emotionally ay... Kaya sana sa mga ganitong pangyayari, you have your barangay VAUSI, PNP VAUSI, DepEd officials, LGU, para i-report ito, para maiwasan natin na maulit ang mga ganitong pangyayari.
Antipolo Mayor June Henares, sir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Pinky.
And coming up, hackers begin exposing sensitive data they stole from PhilHealth. That's the deadline for paying ransom ends. PhilHealth Senior Vice President for Health Finance Policy Sector, Israel Pargas, tells us more after the break. Stay tuned.